G'day. Are you familiar with the concept of the diffusion of responsibility? I've been watching a bit of Joe Rogan recently. Now, if you don't know Joe Rogan, he is probably the #1 podcaster on the planet, just signed a massive deal for $100 million to move all of his content over to Spotify. But right now, all of his content is available on YouTube. And he does really interesting long conversations, 1-2 hours, but then they break it up into little snippets. And one snippet I saw the other day talked about the diffusion of responsibility, which is basically that it's more likely the bigger the group, the less action that they actually take. Because everybody says, well, it was kind of his role to take action. I didn't need to take action. Somebody else would have done anything. I don't need to do something now because there's plenty of other people around. If something needs to happen, it'll happen. And in the context of Joe's conversation, he was talking about it's easier to die with 100 people looking on than one person looking on. If there's one person looking on, that person will come to your rescue. But if there's 100 looking on, chances are they'll all just say, well, it's somebody else's problem to deal with. And I think in a business context, it makes a lot of sense because accountability in business is critical. And the more people that you have involved in a decision process, the more opportunity there is for the diffusion of responsibility. Even if there's a guy at the top of the tree, so let's say the department head is ultimately the decision maker, if he is surrounded or she is surrounded by 2 or 3 supervisors, maybe one person above them, beside them, below them, then they're able to spread the responsibility for that decision. And so making that decision is not really my problem because, my supervisor told me what to do. My supervisor gave me the data. My boss gave me the direction. So diffusion of responsibility, I think it's an interesting psychological dynamic to consider in your business, in your activities, when you're trying to get stuff done. Are you making one individual person responsible for something, or are you allowing the diffusion of responsibility? Alrighty, that is it for today. I do thank you for your time, and I will be back again tomorrow. See ya. I'm not responsible, not responsible.